slightly different angle than you're used to. Normally I film over there by my shelves, but today I am filming my TBR for the West End Readathon, which is hosted by Chloe at Persistent Bookworm. And today I decided to do something a little bit different for my TBR. So if you haven't already seen it, I will link her down below. Go and watch Smash's TBR video. That's Ashley. And it was just so good. I couldn't not, like, I messaged her, I was like, this is incredible. And I am shamelessly stealing this with her permission. So yeah, all credit to Smash, because this is just, to me, this is the best idea ever. And she was like, oh, I just couldn't decide what to do. And I was like, this is genius. So what Smash has done is she has created a playlist for the West End Readathon, which has one song from each of the musicals listed. And basically what she did is she put it on shuffle, and that picked her prompts for her. And I think that's a genius idea, and also really fun, because to sort of get your ticket for the show that you're going to see for this West End Readathon, you need to consume a piece of media from that show. So soundtrack, go to see it, watch the movie, anything like that. So this just kind of ticks two birds, one stone. And I think it's a genius idea. This is my prep for the West End Readathon so far. So basically I went and highlighted all the musicals that I wanted to try and do because I like the musical. I then highlighted all the prompts that I like this goes on for pages, and then the sort of corally pink, pinky orangey dots are the ones that match up. So those are the ones that ideally I would like to get. Now, I have not, this is for the book, I have not done that yet because I still need to choose my books that I'm going to be doing. However, I had a really hard time going through my books and picking out what had each thing, because I don't know a lot about the books that I'm reading and that are on my TBR. I know for some of them, but like Set at Sea, I'm not entirely sure if any of them are set at sea. I know one of them is about someone who is a cross between a Selkie and a water nymph, but I don't know if that would count or not. So we'll see. Also, I've actually got here books that I've pulled. These are the books that I want to read this month, in November. These are the books that I've pulled to choose from. So these are the books that I want to get on my TBR. So what I'm going to basically do is I'm going to take Smash's idea, I'm going to shuffle this playlist, I'm going to find the musical and the prompt on my sheet, and then I'm going to use that to try and match up with these books I've got here. I believe there are 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 12 prompts there. I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do 10 shuffles. There are 60 prompts, by the way, 60, just to see how much work Chloe's put into this. So I'm going to do 10, leaving me a little bit of wiggle room. I did, however, also convince myself that I wanted to reread all of the Percy Jackson books, and by all of the Percy Jackson books, I mean Percy Jackson the Olympians and then the Heroes of Olympus. And they match in beautifully with a lot of these prompts, by the way, can I just say, you know, like Set at Sea, middle grade, childhood favourite, doesn't need to be your childhood favourite, found family, set during a war, book with bad adaptation, book with trials, a retelling, like, it fits so many prompts. So if you're struggling what to read, I'd be reaching for Percy Jackson. Just saying. So without any further ado, because I need to shut the hell up and just get on with it, I've got my computer here, and I'm going to shuffle my Spotify playlist, the playlist that Ash made, and I'm going to choose my prompts from that. So, drumroll, here we go. Ooh. So the first one, I don't know if you could catch it from the start of that, is I Know Him So Well from Chess. So Chess is not one of the books that I had, not one of the prompts I had listed on here that I wanted to try, but it is on one of the prompts, and that is A monochromatic book. So, when Chloe did her recommendations, she did monochromatic as like black and white rather than just one colour, whereas I mistook it to mean that it had to be like one colour. But I think I can get away with it being like mostly one or two colours, if I'm right, hopefully, maybe. So for Chess the Musical, for a monochromatic book, I'm going to use Radio Silence by Alice Oseman. As we can see, it's mostly this teal colour, and then with just the black and white, nice and basic. I feel like this fits in really, really well with the whole chess thing, with it being mostly one colour and then the details just being black and white. So this is I believe the last Alice Oseman that I need to read. It's the only one I've not read. And this is, yeah, I believe Aled, who is in Heartstopper, the books, not the TV show. He was replaced by Isaac in the TV show. I believe this has Aled in it, and I'm really excited to read it. It is about a podcast or radio show, and about characters the way that Alice Oseman writes them. I can't say more than that because I honestly don't know more than that. Okay, so next one. Let's see what we have for our next musical. That is what I'm talking about. That is Hamilton. That's Satisfied from Hamilton. If you're unaware, then where have you been? So let's see, Hamilton. It is indeed one of the ones that I wanted to choose, but not one of the prompts that I wanted to choose. So Hamilton is a political book. Let's have a wee look. What in here is political? So for political, I'm going to go slightly strange and go for Still Life by Sarah Winman. This is a book based around World War One. So it is Italy during World War One. World War Two. It is Italy World War Two, and it is about soldiers and the effect that it had on the soldiers, as far as I can understand from the synopsis. I'm going to use this for a political book because war is always political, especially things like the First and Second World Wars. They were caused by political things, as far as I understand the way politics works. So I'm going to choose this for my political book, and I am not taking questions. It has just occurred to me that I can do 2 prompts for each book, so maybe will I try and double it up? Let's see how it goes. Let's just get through the 10 first, and we'll see where we go from there. Okay, next one, let's go. Okay. They just keep moving the line. I don't know this one. It's Bombshell. Let me see. So, It Deserved More. So this was one of the prompts that I wanted, but one of the musicals I hadn't heard of. So, a book that deserved more. Do you know what? I'm going to go with this. The Last Battle, which is the last in the Narnia books. I thought these books deserved more based on the movies. Like, they only did the movies for 3 of them. They do, yeah, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Prince Caspian, and The Voyage of the Dawn Treader. They never got to the 7th one. They didn't do 1 and 3. They basically did 2, 5, and 6. 2, 4, and 5. They skipped the rest of them and didn't bother to do any movies. And I love these books, and I think they would make fantastic movies, so it definitely deserved more. So this is the last book of 7 in the Narnia Chronicles, and the Chronicles of Narnia, so I don't know how much I can really tell you about this, but it basically ties together everything from the last 6 books, and it brings all your characters back in, which is amazing. It's something I absolutely love in these sort of novels. So yeah, I'm really looking forward. This is the last one in my reread as well, so it won't take me long. It's a really small book, but I absolutely love these. Okay, let's go on next book. Oh. When You Believe from Oh, where is it? When You Believe from the Prince of Egypt. Okay. Okay. Again, not one I've seen. Let's find this. Is it under T for Lee or P for Prince? P for Prince. So, again, this is one I wanted to do the prompt for, but not the musical. And that is a sibling relationship. So, a sibling relationship. There are a few I think I can use for that. So, there is The Witch Who Courted Death, because Casper is, I've read from the series before, and Casper is a twin, and they're both witches, and I don't know whether or not our twin is in this, but they kind of work together. He's a ghost, she's a witch because he died, so I don't know if this is about him dying or just about Casper and him, so I could use this. I think I can also use this because I believe Nora goes away with her sister, I think. Does she go away with her sister? Or am I thinking of My Colour Vacation where she goes away with her brother? Maybe. I could also maybe use this, the Inheritance of Arcadia Divina, because her family are brought into it, so there'll be siblings in there. Let me think. Okay, for a sibling relationship, I think I'm just going to go with The Witch Who Courted Death by Maria Lewis. I think this will probably fit it best because Casper and her brother are very close. Why can I not remember his name? This is ridiculous. But yeah, I'm going to use this for a sibling relationship because they are twins and they work together, a ghost and a witch, in the other books, so hopefully that will translate into this book as well, since it's about Casper. Right, let's see our next one. I have no clue if you can hear these, by the way, but I can. You're just going to have to believe me. Oh, okay. As If We Never Said Goodbye from... It's terrible. See, the ones that I don't know. I don't know. Right, so it's from Sunset Boulevard. Let's find Sunset Boulevard. Sunset Boulevard, an older character. This is one that I wanted to do. So, Sunset Boulevard, an older character. Let's have a look. Oh, no, actually, I don't even need to guess. I had one pulled out for this, and that's the Inheritance of Arcadia Divina. She's the matriarch of the family, and she is dying, so she brings the family to her house, basically for her funeral. And when they get there, she's very elusive. They've never really got a chance to meet her or know her, and she stays in her home and doesn't leave when people aren't invited, that sort of thing. When they get there, Arcadia becomes a tree, and they've got to work out their inheritance and what the hell's going on, and you know, the magic, and it just sounds really interesting. But given that Arcadia is, you know, the matriarch of this large family, she has grandchildren, great-grandchildren, she is definitely an older character. Let's find out what's next. I have no clue how many I've done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're halfway there. Right, let's go. This is ridiculous. I'm this excited. Next one is Close Every Door from Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. I'm going to see Joseph on Saturday with Tori, Bobby, and my mum. Pia isn't coming with us because she's not a fan of Joseph, but it is... I'm so excited. I am so excited. I'll have seen it by the time you see this. But I'll just seen it the Saturday before. I love Joseph. It is one of my favourite musicals, and it is one that I really wanted to get on here. And when I was testing this playlist the other day, I hit shuffle, and the first thing that came on was Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. So I'm excited. So, unfortunately, Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat is a childhood favourite. So what I'm going to do for that is, because none of the rest of the... Sorry for my squeaky chair. None of the rest of the books that are on this TBR are childhood favourites. So I'm going to double up for the Narnia books because they are my favourite books as a child, and they have remained. So I have currently have 2 copies, and my granddad has one and my mum has one. All of them are mine. People just kept buying me them because I loved them without realising that I already had a copy. So yeah, I'm going to stick this on as well. Okay, so because of that, I will add another goal to the spreadsheet, do you know what I mean? But yeah, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here to do, and I have only doubled up 1. So maybe this will just be a long video. I don't know. Excuse me for this. Oh. I feel pretty. Excuse me for that. So that was I Feel Pretty from West Side Story. Let's pull West Side Story. West Side Story's Enemies to Lovers. Easy. Nice one. Book lovers. It is pretty much everybody knows what book lovers is about. Everybody knows that Emily Henry books tend to be like enemies to lovers. So our main character goes on holiday to get away from everything, and discovers that living next door to her while she's on holiday is her nemesis, and they end up together. It's a pretty simple outlook on this book, but yeah, I'm excited about that. Okay, so the next one. I know I said I was going to do 10, but I'm really enjoying this and I like doubling up, so shall I just see how many prompts I can get and just keep going? I might. There's going to be a lot of editing out. Cars keep going past here. But, right, what's next? Love is an Open Door from
Can I just say something crazy?
Frozen. I think this is the middle grade. I don't have anything middle grade in here. I add into it, please. Yeah, Frozen and middle grade. Right. I'm adding a Percy Jackson book. So PJO. We've already added an extra book to the TBR. So we will be adding an extra book that is not pulled. I did say I wanted to reread them, so that's fine. So a middle grade will be a Percy Jackson book. They're all really middle grade, so I don't know which one I'll choose. Whichever, probably just, if I don't choose multiple Percy Jackson books for this, I'll just use it as for like The Lightning Thief. So we'll see. Right, next. Of course, ABBA. That was Take a Chance on Me from Mamma Mia. If you don't know who ABBA are, we can't be friends. If you don't know that song, we're going to have to discuss this because I don't know if we can be friends. Anyway, right, so Mamma Mia. Let's have a look. Right, Mamma Mia is a mystery. A mystery. Okay, so this is going to be a long shot and I'm unclear. But I'm going to use it. If not, you know, if Chloe watches this and says, no, that doesn't count, Chloe, you can pick a punishment for me. But this, I just read the back of this and it seems like Frances, who's our main character, has a secret. Someone disappeared. People are going to find out. That seems like a mystery style thing to me because I don't read mysteries. So this is the closest you're going to get for me. But yeah, so I'm going to use this for mystery. Where is it? Mamma Mia, a mystery, and we're going Radio Silence. So that is 2 books now doubled up. Okay, right, I am fast losing the light. Let's see, next up. Ooh. Ooh. So that was the El Tango de Roxanne from Moulin Rouge, which is a fantastic movie, by the way. I really want to see the actual stage show, but love the movie. One of the first movies that ruined me. Like, I can't talk about it. So, what did I just say that was? The Moulin Rouge. Moulin Rouge is one of the ones finally that matched up. So I wanted to do the musical and the prompt. So guys, this is another one where I'm going to have to, I think add a book or double up, because the prompt for this is reread a favourite. I do not, my Narnia would have fit for that, but I've already used that, so I will put a Percy Jackson book on there. Whether that be doubling up on the Lightning Thief or adding in another Percy Jackson book, I don't know. They're fast reads, so hopefully I can get through them. We'll tally up how many books we've got at the end, just so you're aware. Yeah, so yeah, Percy Jackson for the Tango of Roxanne. The Tango de Roxanne. I am unclear as to whether or not that's weird. Well, let's go. Next. Oh, this is another one I don't know. I don't know how to love him. What is that from? Jesus Christ Superstar. See, I didn't make this playlist. If I did, I would use songs that I knew. Because the only thing I know from Jesus Christ Superstar is the one that's like, Jesus Christ Superstar, da, 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 da. And that's because it was on Orphan Black. And if you've not watched Orphan Black, I suggest you go watch Orphan Black. It has Tatiana Maslany in it, who is the lady that currently plays, or is currently in She-Hulk, playing the main character. So yeah, Jesus Christ Superstar. Let's see what that is. Ooh, it is not one that I had highlighted at all. So, Jesus Christ Superstar is a betrayal. Of course it's a betrayal. Right, let us see. So I think this one's going to be a double up again. So I'm going to double this up with The Witch Who Courted Death, because it says on the back here that Casper has been betrayed and she feels vengeance for the person that betrayed her. So this is, I actually think this might be Casper getting revenge for her brother's death. But it's somebody who betrayed her and killed him. So yeah, we're going to go with The Witch Who Courted Death. Okie dokie. Well, should I put a light on? I should probably put a light on. Give me a second. There we go. Much better. Okay, so, next. Ooh. Everybody's talking about Jamie. It's the wall in my head. I do want to see this one. I have not seen this one. Yes, this is one of the prompts that I needed. This is one of the prompts that I highlighted, and that is a book set in your hometown. Now, I come from a very small village, and I mean a very small, well, not a very, very small, but like a small village that most people have not heard of. They've heard of things around it, but they have not heard of the village. So there is no chance that something's going to be set in the village that I live in. So what I've done is pulled the 5 Folktales by Sheila Kinnaman. The 5 Folktales by Sheila Kinnaman. This is basically about folklore and folktales in Fife. I'm from Fife. Fife is the general area that I live in. It is the little Scotty dog bit sticking out between Edinburgh and Dundee. That bit there. That is the closest I could find to any book that has anything to do with where I live. So this is great because it gives me an excuse to read this as well. Okay. Next. Ooh. Okay. Don't know this one at all. So it's Company. And I don't know what the song is because it's getting married. Okay. So Company, not one that I have. Oh no. I just looked at it and this is another one I pulled a specific book for already. So the prompt for Company is a book with a wedding. Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas. This was a gift from Tori, and this is one that I have been really wanting to get to. I've heard Raven reviews about this, and it is set at a wedding. Basically, our main character has told her family that she has this amazing American boyfriend, so needs somebody to go to a wedding, her sister's wedding with her in Spain. And I think it's an enemies to lovers kind of thing, and she's the only one that agrees to go with her, so, you know, sounds like a hoot and a half. Did I really just say that? It sounds amazing. It's giving me On Honeymooners vibes. But yeah, I'm excited to read this, and I'm so glad, because this is, specifically I pulled this one because it's the only book I have that has a wedding in it. I've no clue how many times I've done that. I'm just getting excited now. We're just going with this. If you don't want to watch this, it's fair. Okay, next one. So that is Anything Goes. From, I think it's Anything Goes, from the musical Anything Goes. So we're right at the top of the list. Anything Goes, set at sea. Okay. Set at sea. So, do you know what? I'm going to do what I said I was going to do earlier. This is The Rose Daughter by Maria Lewis. It's part of the same series as The Witch Who Courted Death. And this is about Drickley, who is actually a mermaid. And she is the forbidden union between an earth elemental and a selkie. So, she is a sea creature. She lives in the sea. When we meet her in one of the other books, she is emerging from the sea and goes back into the sea. I'm going to assume this has some sort of sea setting, given she's a sea creature. So, I'm using this. Okie dokie, next one. Ooh. So, that is Sweeney Todd. Sweeney Todd, let's see. Last page, Sweeney Todd. Sweeney Todd is a story about revenge. Do you know what? I'm going to double up again. I'm going to use The Spanish Love Deception because it says on the back here that her fiance and her ex-boyfriend and his fiance are going to be at the wedding. So I see the Aaron Blackford, the guy that she takes to the wedding, is like a revenge, like, look at this guy I've got and you're, you know, you suck sort of thing. So, we're going to go for this for revenge. Right, let's see what's next. Okay, that is Larger Than Life from And Juliet. Another one that I've not seen or heard of until this read-along. So, am I going to get hooked? We don't know. Right, so this is a retelling. This is one of the ones I wanted. And now I don't have a book for it. Right, okay, a retelling. I think I'm going to have to add another Percy Jackson onto this. Okay, so it's 3 times I've added Percy Jackson, which means I'm going to be reading at least 2 Percy Jackson books next month, on top of what I've already got. Okay, right. Let's see what's next. Ooh, You'll Be Found from Dear Evan Hansen. Not my favourite song from Dear Evan Hansen. That is Waving Through the Window, and I know it's the basic one that everybody likes, but it's just my favourite. And again, this is the one where this matched up. I wanted to do the prompt and the musical. So that prompt is a character struggling with their mental health, and for that I am going to choose The Pill of the Stars by Emma Donoghue. I'm trying to read it and this thing's backwards. So I'm going to use this one. This is about World War I, an understaffed hospital, and the nurses that are looking after expectant mothers during the war, in the middle of, you know, things being destroyed, and it just reading the back of this, I mean, Dublin 1918, an understaffed hospital in the city centre. Nurse Julia Power is called upon to care for expectant mothers who have recently come down with an unfamiliar flu. Oh, it's the pandemic. Into Julia's regimented role sit 2 outsiders, Dr. Kathleen Lynn, on the run from the police, and a young volunteer, Birdie Sweeney. Over the following days, in the darkness and intensity of a tiny ward, these three women change others' lives in unexpected ways. As they struggle to bring new life into a fearful world ravaged by war, they must watch their patients succumb to a deadly disease. And yet, with tireless tenderness and humanity, carers and mothers alike somehow do their impossible work, discovering that human connection and love are possible even in the hardest of times. So this, right, like, they've been looking after people through the war, and then now the flu pandemic, the Spanish flu pandemic. Definitely, you know, mental health minefield. So yeah, this is perfect. Okay, what's next?
Note to self.
Just Breathe from Prom. Is that what it's called? The Prom. The Prom. Another one I've not heard of. So, The Prom. Okay, it's one that I had, and that is A Book with a Party. Book with a Party. I had the prompt highlighted, but not the thing. Not the musical. Book with a Party. Ha ha ha. Talk bookish to me. Excellent. So this again has a wedding setting. So wedding is a party, reception party, but it also does like the bachelorette parties and stuff. Yeah. So this one again, I think this is a Tory. Oh, not Lottie. Thank you, Lottie. So this one will work for that. Excellent. Right. Let's see what's next. Ooh, I'd Give My Life for You from Miss Saigon. It's a really quiet start, so you won't have heard that one. So again, not one that I had listed. Please, if you can hear that. Please, if you can hear that, ignore it. LM, Miss Saigon, Another Culture. Another Culture. Okay, this is a double up prompt, so it will be The Inheritance of Arcadia Divina. I am white Scottish. This is a South American, I believe. Yeah, Ecuador. So this is set in Ecuador to a family who are not white and Scottish. I don't actually know if it would be Latinx or anything like that. I am not 100%. But yeah, so this one is going to be my next double up prompt. Okay, right. What 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books left that are either not being chosen yet or need to double up? Got one that needs to be chosen and the rest I can double up. Right, let's see how we go.
The intoxicating spell of the grave.
That was When You're an Addams from the Addams Family. One of the ones that I was looking forward to getting as well. Oh, and that is a spooky book. Do you know what? I'm going to use 5 folktales for this. I don't know if you know much about Scottish folk tales, but they tend to be quite spooky and quite dark. So, I mean, it says on the back, kings, queens, saints, sinners, witches, wizards, ghosts, giants, brunies, fools, and tricksters. So there's got to be spooky stories in here. Okay, next one I'm going to try and go a bit faster now. Okay. Take Me or Leave Me from Rent. So that one is a multi-POV, and that's one of the ones that I had wanted. Both the prompt and the play. So, multi-POV. So, I've done some Googling and some looking through the books, and I think this might be multi-POV. So that's Still Life by Sarah Winman. Still Life. It has different sections of different timelines, so I'm going to assume that's multi-POV. I might be wrong. However, multiple timelines would be multi-POV, so I'm using it. And again, as a double up book. Okay, right. This video is starting to get away from me. Let's see. Okay. Out There. What's this from? Out There. That is from The Hunchback of Notre Dame. I feel like I should have guessed that. So the Hunchback of Notre Dame is loneliness. Loneliness. Okay. Okay, loneliness. I'm going to go with the Rose Daughter because Reckley is a character who is, like I said before, a forbidden union between Earth Elemental and a Selkie. So she has to hide, which can be a very lonely existence. Okay, next one. Oh, Chicago. I can't do it alone. Chicago. That's another one that I wanted, both the show and the thing. A book with trials. A book with trials. Okay, so for the trials prompt, I think I'm going to have to add another Percy Jackson book. I know there's definitely one that has trials in it. And then obviously there's Trials of Apollo. But there's one, they always have to go on quests, which is like a trial. Cars everywhere. So I'm going to choose a Percy Jackson book for that. I don't know how many books I've now added to my TBR. Okay, what's next? Okay, Me in the Sky from Come From Away. It is on the next page. Come From Away, set in another country. That one's nice and easy for me. I can just grab the first book that's here. Book Lovers is set in America. I live in Scotland. And literally, no books are set in Scotland. I could have pulled just about anything for this. So, that'll work. That is a double prompt for that as well. Let's go. So, Dead Mum from Beetlejuice. Let's see what we've got for Beetlejuice. So that's another one I wanted both for, and that's a book about death. Frick. Oh, right. So, Twice Shy. I'm going to use this for a book about death, because she inherits something from her. I should have bloody had Arcadia DVD for this. So she inherits this house from her aunt who dies, and there's sort of more to the house than she's kind of expecting, and her aunt has left a strange list of things after she dies for her to do with the house, so I think that works. Next one. There are worse things I could do from Greece. I could do. Linger with a boy or two. Anyway, I do love Greece. I do love Greece. And that is another one. Crap. Okay, so this is another one I wanted both prompts for, and I don't have a book for now. Because the prompt for Greece is set in school. And neither of these are set in school. So we're going another Percy Jackson. Oh, okay, so Percy Jackson, because as far as I'm concerned, Camp Half-Blood is a summer camp, but it's like a school to be a hero. And he always starts off the book at school. And normally school he gets kicked out of because of said magical things. Okay, next one. Hairspray. So that is Without Love from Hairspray. I love Hairspray. And I don't know the alphabet. Let me just G-H. Hairspray. Again, that's another one I wanted both of. And it's another one I'm gonna have to bugger. Okay, we're adding another Percy Jackson. It's a diverse cast. We all know Uncle Rick is excellent at his casting. Percy Jackson has one of the most diverse cast. If you go through the entire thing, it has a fantastically diverse cast. With limits. But, you know, we're going for that. Next. How'd you do that? So, that is Sweet Transvestite from the Rocky Horror Picture Show, which is one of my favourite musicals of all time. So obviously I would have highlighted this one. Yep, and it is a buddy read. So none of these are on a buddy read. But there is a there's a Percy Jackson buddy read on Rose Patreon. So I'm gonna this is not gonna be a fun month, is it? Well, I'm doing this to myself. Next. Wedding Song from Hadestown. If this is going to be just, if this says mythology, which I think it's gonna, Hadestown mythology. I don't even need to tell you what I'm doing, do I? Oh boy. Next. Oh, Belle from Beauty and the Beast. Oops, I pressed the next instead of the pause button. So, we'll ignore that. Belle from Beauty and the Beast, which is forced proximity. For that, I'm going to go for Twice Shy, because Violet has inherited this and she has to share with Wesley, and they have to do things together, like tasks, and share the house, so forced proximity. Okay, I have 2 more books to double up. Let's see if we can do it. This is a risky game. Okay, wouldn't it be lovely from, I'm going to say My Fair Lady? Yes, from My Fair Lady. Okay. Would you be lovely? Lovely. Okay. If I don't edit that out, you're welcome. So, My Fair Lady is a makeover. Okay, let's see if we can shoehorn this in. Do you know, by this point I'm getting pretty tired, so I'm gonna use this because they have to get like a makeover for the wedding. So yeah, there's a good chance I'm not gonna read all these books anyway, so might as well. Okay. Right, I've got one last thing to shoehorn in, and that is this. I need one more prompt for this. Let's see if we can shoehorn this in. Ooh. That is... Oops, I did it again. Right, that is a crowd of thousands from Anastasia. Please, please, please. Please, please, please. Oh yeah, okay. I'm going to shoehorn this in. This is a second chance. So the end of this synopsis says, discovering that human connection and love are possible even in the hardest of times. So I think I'm going to put this on as second chance, because they're getting like a second chance after everything that's happened with the war and then with the pandemic. So we're going to shoehorn that in. Okay, I've done it. I've shoehorned in all of my books. So basically, I have 8 prompts that have Percy Jackson, which means I need 4 books, and there are 5 books plus the other one. So I will probably be able to double up on them again, and add more as I go along, just to get more points. But yeah, so that is going to be my TBR for this month. I have to read, so that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 books. Actually, that's doable, she says, like an insane person. 16 books is doable, given that 4 of them are Percy Jackson books. 1 of them is a Narnia book, and a few of them are romances. I think I can do this. So apologies that this has been the most chaotic TBR I've ever done, but this has actually been really fun for me. So I've got 16 books on my TBR for this month. and I'll just do a quick recap for you. So I've got the 4 Percy Jackson books that I need to read, so that'll probably be The Lightning Thief, Sea Monsters, and the other 2 whose names I can't remember, but like the first 4. And then I also have The Pill of the Stars by Emma Donoghue, Talk Bookish to Me by Kate Bromley, Twice Shy by Sarah Hogle, Book Lovers by Emily Henry, The Rose Daughter by Maria Lewis, Still Life by Sarah Winman, 5 Folk Tales by Sheila Kinnamonth, The Inheritance of Arcadia de Villa by Sarita Cordova, The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas, The Witch of Courted Death by Maria Lewis, Radio Silence by Alice Oseman, and The Last Battle by C.S. Lewis. So those are all the books that I plan on reading this month. I will give you a quick rundown of the shows that means I'll be going to see. So we have And Juliet, The Addams Family, Anastasia, Anything Goes, Beauty and the Beast, Beetlejuice, Bombshell, Chess, Chicago, Come From Away, Company, Dear Evan Hansen, Everybody's Talking About Jamie, Frozen, Grease, Hadestown, Hairspray, Hamilton, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Jesus Christ Superstar, Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, Mamma Mia, Miss Saigon, Moulin Rouge, My Fair Lady, The Prince of Egypt, The Prom, Rent, The Rocky Horror Show, Sunset Boulevard, Sweeney Todd, and West Side Story. So yeah, that is everything from me. This has taken over an hour to film. Hopefully I'll be able to edit it down so that it's not that long, but I've really enjoyed this. This has been fun. I need to do this more often. Maybe I will do playlist things more often. Tell me if you enjoyed it. Tell me if this is too long. If you even got here, well done. Leave something musical related down in the comments. Sorry about the car, but I've been here for an hour because everybody and their mum's been driving past. So I'm just going to talk over them. But yeah, thanks so much for watching this. Like I said, if you got this far, leave me an emoji down below that relates in some way to musicals. Just whatever you think. So thanks for watching, and I will stop talking and see you later. Bye.